Rob, it was 10 days ago that in this room you were fielding quite a few questions about Schwarber and Hoskins at the top of your lineup, and you said no chance to moving them. Since then, they've had a lot of big home runs. They're at the center of everything tonight. What does that say about them, and what gave you the confidence this was coming?
Well, really, I saw it all year. You know, like offense, there's ebbs and flows to offense all year long. And I'm not kind of a reaction guy. I kind of try to be a consistent person as far as a lineup, as far as using your bullpen and things like that. And you know, those guys can hit, and you know they're going to come out of it. So, and what they do is they work at it, and they're constantly in the cage. They're constantly working at, looking at film and trying to get better and trying to improve their swing. And if they're not feeling right, they do whatever's necessary to get back to where they're feeling right.
And then just how big was the timing of their rallies tonight? You fall behind by 4, Schwarber gets on, and then same thing in the 5th, Soto homers.
Yeah, I mean, that's been this club all year. They just don't quit. They're resilient. They keep coming. They keep fighting. Never think you're out of a game. And the bullpen did an unbelievable job to hold that thing in check. And I know, you know, Bragi comes in and gives up kind of a soft hit to Kim, and Brad hung a breaking ball to Soto, but other than that, they did an unbelievable job.
Jim?
I was going to ask you, I mean, all year long, for the last few months, you've used the word resilient to describe your team. Down 4-0 early and then down again in the middle innings. Where does this one sort of rank on your resilience meter?
Well, just because it's this series, I think it's probably the top of the list, you know. This is, you know, big-time game, and they came through.
Pinch yourself a little bit that you're one win away from the World Series, or just keep the blinders on? Or
Well, I've had so much good fortune. I make sure that I don't get hit by a bus when I cross the street. Yeah. So no, but it's been great, and you know, they're playing together. They're just doing all the things they need to do to win games.
you remember back like in spring training after you signed Schwarber and Castellanos, there was so much talk about what the top five could look like in that batting order, how productive and explosive they could be. I mean, does tonight just seem like an example of everything that was talked about back then?
Yeah, it is. And you know, if you think about the year, we haven't had those five guys together all that much. But coming down the stretch, we finally got them all together. And you know, this tonight is like one of those nights that you think that's what you have, you know, when you put it together in spring training.
You talk about good fortune. I mean, you have arrested Zach Wheeler tomorrow with this crowd. I mean, you know, what type of good fortune is that for you? Yeah,
it's great, but I mean, it's not over. They've got a pretty good guy going too, and we got to come out here and do the same things we've been doing and prepare and compete and you know, get it done.
Did you not have Alvarado tonight?
No, we did not have Alvarado. Had Sir Anthony, only in a closed situation. And so once we got to 4, then we went to F to try and save Sir Anthony for tomorrow, and F threw the ball great. So now we have both Sir Anthony and Alvarado tomorrow.
And Alvarado was just a workload thing?
Yeah. He said he just wasn't feeling well. I mean, he just needed a day.
Okay, last one's Rob Paul on the left.
You said you wanted to get 3 innings from Bailey. Obviously, that didn't happen. From there, can you just talk about how the plan came into place? I mean, Brogdon 2 1/3, I imagine, helped fill that gap.
Yeah, so that's the longest he's gone all year. And he got out of the first, finished the second. His pitch count was in pretty good shape, so I asked him how he was feeling. He said he felt good. I said, "Are you okay to take down another inning?" He said, "Yeah, I want it." So we ran him out, and he pitched great. He really saved us tonight. I mean, those were, even though they were early innings, he pitched great and got us to the point where, you know, we could finish the game without, you know, putting anybody at risk.
You touched on it a little bit, but all the talk about 5 games, 5 days, bullpen, all this, you go into tomorrow a chance to clinch with Wheeler, Alvarado, Dominguez lined up. I mean, is that as good as you could have hoped for?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, really. And we've got pretty much everybody. I hate to tell everybody what we've got, what we don't have, but obviously if you can do the math, we probably don't have Brogdon tomorrow. And Eflin will be a question mark, so that'd be 3 days in a row. Syndergaard did a great job as well because we needed that bridge to get to the end of the bullpen, but everybody else should be available, so we're in good shape.
Any last ones for Rod? All right, thanks for coming in.
Thank
See you
you.
tomorrow. Bryce Harper is en route. He'll be next, and then we'll have Rhys Hoskins. Okay, first question for Bryce. We'll start with Marcus down right in front.
Excuse me, Bryce, you guys seem to be fueled by Rhys Hoskins tonight. And can you just also address what the 1 through 5 hitters did on a night where you guys really needed to come through?
Yeah, I mean, I think, of course we go down 4-0 there in the first, and I don't think there was any panic or any opportunity to think about it. It was just like, all right, we got to get the job done. We got to keep going. And we knew our offense was going to have to probably show up tonight to the best of its ability. And so we were able to do that. I mean, from pitch one, with Schwarber getting on base and then Rhys hitting the homer, JT getting on base, double, and then, good things will happen. So I just thought every opportunity we had, we were able to come through and do what we needed to do tonight. And I just thought all around we did a great job of just having good at-bats and not missing pitches over the plate and doing the best we could to, keep that baton going.
On the left side in the middle.
Bryce, do you feel like that second double was maybe the biggest hit of your career?
I don't know. I mean, I don't even think about it. I just try to go up there and have the best at-bats I can and the ability to just go up there and not miss pitches and just do what I can to, help us win.
And is there something full circle about the fact that Jason Worth is here this weekend throwing out the first pitch tomorrow as you're having all this success in October with the Phillies?
No. I don't know.
Matt.
You said this is your house when you were on second base. Just what does your house sound like when you're standing there?
I hope it sounds like that, right? I mean, it's just the opportunity to have it, man. I mean, I was so excited just being able to, I said it the other day, having, how many ever fans we had in there tonight. I don't know what the number was. It was number 46,000, something like that, give or take. I mean, 46,000 with 26 on the field. I mean, it's just having us all together in that moment, just so much fun. Just the opportunity to do that, and we're all in this, and just the whole city of Philadelphia and, all the Phillies and the organization. I mean, the fans have showed out for us each night. It was rocking again tonight, and just so much fun, so much fun.
And this is what you came here for. I know it's not done yet, but you're having historically the best postseason by a Phillies player. Obviously, you guys are a win away from the World Series. Just what has this month been like?
Just the opportunity. I mean, I keep saying it, but just to be able to have the opportunity with this whole team, with the guys that we do have, with our staff, with pitchers, hitters, everything. I mean, it's just a lot of fun to be able to be part of this group. It's a lot of fun to be able to come to the park every day, knowing that our fans are going to show out each night. Like you said, the job's not done. I mean, we have a lot ahead of us. We have a really tough matchup tomorrow with you, and we're excited for that matchup. We're excited for the opportunity, and just ready to get back tomorrow, ready to go.
Paul.
Bryce, 10 days ago, Rob was fielding questions about potentially moving Rhys and Schwarber down in the lineup, and they've been at the center of almost everything over the last 6 games. What can you say about those two, that they started a little slow this postseason, they've just been on fire the last week now?
Yeah, I guess I'll thank Wawa for the Schwarber thing. Schwarber Fest. No, I mean, I think our manager has a really good ability to just keep things going, the right way. Never panics, never, really sits there and thinks, oh, I need to move this guy, or I need to move this guy, because I feel like he believes in his players. And I think when you have a manager like that that believes in you, and has an organization that believes in you, it just makes you that much better of a player. And so I think there's no panic at or in that moment. We know those two guys are going to have opportunities at the top of the lineup to do damage, and Reese, 2 huge at-bats for us tonight. Schwarber had a great night as well, and I think just all the way through. I mean, like I said, our manager doesn't panic, and I think that really rubs off on our players and everybody inside that clubhouse.
Down here on the right, Jim.
Bryce, you guys, I mean, you're 1 win away from going to the World Series. You got your ace, Alvarado and Sir Anthony are available tomorrow. Big crowd. I mean, will you sleep tonight? I mean, how excited are you to see how this transpires tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all just excited for the opportunity. I mean, I know I keep saying kind of the same thing, but it's just, I think we're all just so grateful for the opportunity to be here. I don't think any of us are in shock, but to stand here and just say that we're grateful and understand that this opportunity is huge. We're one of the last teams playing right now, and it's really cool to see that. When you look at the scoreboard and you see 2 more, or you look at the scoreboard and nobody's playing that day, just you're grateful for that opportunity to be here. I think all of us, or myself, I mean, I wake up and I'm just excited. I'm excited. I'm grateful for the opportunity to come to the ballpark each day. I'm grateful for these fans, them showing out for us, and how cool it is, how much fun it is. I think it took us too long to put Kelsey on the board, though, there in the 8th and 9th inning. I mean, this place loves him. So it's just so much fun. I just, like I said, I know I keep saying it, but just the opportunity to do this at this time of the year, in October. Yeah, I mean, I'm so excited for tomorrow. I think we all are. I'm gonna kiss my son good night, kiss my daughter good night. Hopefully Brooklyn can sleep through the night tonight, and we can get going tomorrow.
On the far left in front.
Yeah, Bryce, just at the plate for you right now, how does it feel? And does it feel like one of the better stretches of your career?
I just want to keep going. That's it. I mean, early and often, and just try to do the best I can to represent the Phillies on my chest, and that's all that matters.
Take Marcus, and then we'll take one more with Hannah, and then we'll bring Reese up.
Of all of you guys, Reese probably got the worst reception tonight from those fans, and he's had a couple errors, had a misplay, batting 135 coming in. You called him the captain. Why'd you call him the captain, and how good do you feel for him in this moment?
Yeah, I mean, he's been around longer than all of us, I feel like, right? Him and Knowles, and he comes prepared to play each day. He comes prepared to be the best player he can each day, no matter if he's bad the day before or that in that moment in the 6th inning or 7th inning. I'm just naming innings. If he makes an error or has a bad at bat, it doesn't matter. He keeps going, and we all believe in him. We all believe in what he can do. We know how our fans are. We love that about them. They're gonna let you know, and it is what it is, right? I mean, then you come back and he has an incredible night tonight. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he just 2 huge ABs for us. And I mean, in those moments, we needed those. And, our fan base knows it. And that's why we love him. I mean, they're going to boo you when you're bad. I totally understand it. I get it. And they're going to love you when you're really good. And, I mean, I know he was probably booing himself too, just like I was yesterday when I grounded a double play. You know what I'm saying? So I absolutely love that about them. They show out for us each night. And they get it.
Hannah?
Hey, Bryce, when you signed here in 2019, what were your expectations for contending?
Yeah, right? I mean, anywhere you sign, you want the opportunity to get into the postseason, play late in October. I've talked to Jim about it and Matt and everybody, and I said in my first spring training, it's going to take us a couple years to get there, right? It's going to take us a couple years to build this thing. It's going to take a couple years to really understand what our identity is and who we are and what we can do. And I believe our team is built for October. I mean, I really do. I think we have 3 starters that are really, really good. I think we have a great bullpen. 8th and 9th inning, both those guys down there can go 2 innings plus for us. I mean, just our lineup 1 through 9. I think our young guys have been really good for us this year. They've stepped up, and our veterans as well. So. This is what we play for. This is what you work for each off season, and going into spring training. This is what you want to do. Our organization, they believe in us, and they want us to do this each year. And I think Mr. Middleton has done a great job of bringing the pieces in that we've needed. If that's Dombrowski or Sam or anybody else. So they believe in us, and we believe in them as well to make us great and to give us every opportunity to be great. And we owe that to them.
Does the delayed gratification make it at all sweeter to have sort of put in some years that maybe didn't end the way you wanted them to?
Nah, I mean, I want to win every year, so I wish it would have happened in 19, right?
Thanks a lot, Bryce. We'll
Cool.
see you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. Reese Hoskins, everybody.
Okay, we'll get started with Reese. First question. We'll start with Russell on the back left.
Reese, I think it was before game 1 of the DS, you said because of everything you guys had been through this year, you weren't afraid of a challenge, a 4-0 deficit in the first inning. Does it feel like that's not as big of a deal because of everything you guys have been through so far?
Yeah, for sure. And I think especially right in the first inning, we hadn't even gotten to hit yet. We knew we had 27 outs left. And just the confidence I think that we have in ourselves as an offensive group, we knew that the game was not over by any means. Obviously huge to come out and punch back right away in the first inning. I think those runs are huge. Adding the 3rd run, making it a 1-run game immediately, just gets us right back in the game.
Marcus up in the front.
For a 6th seed that was down or up 2-1 in the NLCS, you were the only guy in a lineup whose name got booed. You got booed going into the box. You've had a couple of rough days in the field. What was it like to be in that moment, and what was the feeling after the first home run and the second home run?
I mean, the feeling and the focus is all on the field. Boo, no boo, cheer. Like, the crowd was a factor tonight. And it's about winning games. That's it. Regardless of how it happens, who gets booed, who doesn't get booed, who gets the hits, who makes the pitches. It's win. It's win. That's always the focus.
Your top 5 hitters really carried you on a night where, if you look at the pitching situation, even before the game, it looks like your top 5 hitters are going to have to carry you. Is it pretty gratifying that you guys did, kind of what you're paid to do?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, always. Regardless of who's on the mound, for them, for us, it's our job, especially at the top of the lineup, to kind of set the tone and get on base for the guys in the middle. Those guys driving runs they have all year. Schwarb and I thought did a good job, obviously, getting on base, setting the tone. Schwarb was on, 3 times? The at-bat by him in, whatever it was, the 6th, 5th, where he fake bunts 3-1. Like, you're never going to see Kyle Schwarber do that, not in the regular season, but this guy just wants to win games, find it any way on base. He knew we needed a little bit of a rally. It's just good baseball. It's fun to be a part of.
Paul?
Reese, you talk about setting the tone and how big the crowd is. Your 2 home runs tonight came at points where the game might get away, and down 4-0 in the first, you could lose the crowd. I mean, how much more special does it make those that you kind of kept the crowd in it with those 2 hits?
Yeah, it's big. We knew that the crowd was going to be a factor. We were confident in that. We saw it in the NLDS, and we feel like it's a big part of when you get those innings rolling. You get a couple guys on, it gets a little louder. You get the one big hit, it gets louder, and that's when you can really snowball things. And we're not new to scoring runs in bunches, but in the playoffs, when things are so much tighter and more intense, the crowd is one way to kind of let that snowball happen, and we saw it twice tonight.
you talk about winning and the team and all that, and that's the focus. But with what you've been through the last 6 years and all you've put in, you put your name on a list with guys like Utley and Howard with a multi-homer postseason game. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, of course. You know, I have an appreciation for baseball history, but also more so appreciation for, you know, Phillies history. Being in the postseason, there's a lot of talk about how it's gone in the past here, which is awesome. It's a great experience. It's great stories to hear and to draw back on. But, yeah, humbling for sure, an honor. These are Phillies greats, potentially future Hall of Famers. Good list to be on for sure.
Matt up here in front on the right, and then Matt on the far left.
You said the morning after you signed Harper a while ago that you looked at that 08 photo and said you're tired of hearing about 08, you want to live it. Is this what this month's been like?
Feels like we're living it, yeah. The red towels, it's deafening loud, right? Like, yeah, it's just the whole scene. And as soon as you step on the field, really in batting practice, you could just kind of feel the electricity building. I need some more. Of it.
And the tear that Bryce is on, is that the kind of production that you imagined that you were adding? You know, you think back to years ago, you're adding a superstar, and here he is.
Yeah, you have a guy who has a chance to go out and win an MVP every single year. There's not that many of those guys on the face of the earth that can do that at the highest level. It's incredible to see him really perk up and do this on the biggest stage in this game. I'm sure he's got more in store for us because that's just the type of ball player that he is. But it's been awesome to see what he's doing in the dugout as well and just keeping guys going. Obviously, he's rolling, but just to have that energy in the dugout when he can't be on the field, I think has been a big factor for a lot of us.
Matt up against the wall.
Reese, you're one win away from the World Series. Can you put into words what that means to you?
No. First timer, right? Like, I'm just soaking it all in as it's coming. You know, I didn't want to get too far ahead of ourselves last night about being 2 games away, but here we are with the chance to close out the NLCS at home. Like, I've said this a couple times in the last couple days, and I'm sorry it's getting redundant, but you can't write it better. For the guys in that room, for the staff, for everybody in this organization, but I think most importantly for the city, yeah, you can't write it better. I can't imagine what tomorrow is going to be like.
Todd on the left.
Just wondering if anybody said anything going into the dugout first inning as you guys come in down 4-0.
Yeah, a lot of us said 27 outs. Tomper echoed the same thing. We've been down before. You know, we knew with the bullpen game, the possibility of multiple guys having to be put in positions that they're not used to being in, that we were going to have to slug, and we did that tonight. But just Tomper's confidence and belief in us, just echoing the 27 outs, there's a lot of game left.
Take a couple more on the back right, and then to the left side with Hannah.
Reese, throughout the season, you guys have always talked about how resilient this team is and what you guys have gone through over the season and I guess to get there. And how much did that show tonight when you're down 4-0 and they were down again 6-4?
Yeah, I think, you know, like I said, resilient group, no doubt. But I think to do it on the stage that we're in right now should give us all the confidence in the world that no matter really the lead, no matter when it is in the game, we feel like we have a chance. And as an offense, that's an outstanding thing to have.
Hannah.
Hey, Reese, sorry to ask you to condense your entire career into an answer, but you've been here right through a lot of stages of this team with the struggles and then the sort of excitement and expectation of that 2019 offseason, the late collapses, and we see the results, but can you take us behind the scenes of the evolution of the team during your career, other than just the results?
Yeah, it's obviously been building for a long time. there's not that many of us here that were here in 2017, but I think all of us would say that the changes that have been made throughout the last 4, 5, 6 years were all made with a purpose, and the purpose started with John Middleton, who wants to win more than anything in the world, and you've seen that over the last couple of years. We always have a chance to win, and a lot of it, like you said, is behind closed doors. It's the staff, it's the R&D department, it's the strength and conditioning, it's the nutritionists, it's all of these things that are being put into place to make us players have the best chance to succeed out on the field. And guys that come in from other organizations, if we were missing something, it's about the organization being open-minded in all years, just really to put us in the best position to succeed.
Is the delayed gratification everything you hoped it would be?
I'll always hope that it won't take as long as it has, but yeah, it's blown every thought and expectation that I had out of the water.
Thanks a lot, Reese. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks. Go Phils.